how tariffs are affecting the economy and why it may also be a reason why you are facing a layoff. Let's look at this.
Let's get right to the White House. CNN's Elena Treen is there. So much happening, Elena, in just the last few hours. Give us the latest.
That's right. Let's start with tariffs, John, because, look, this is something that the president had threatened to do. He was moving forward to do it more than a month ago, and now it is here. It's something that still, even in the final hours yesterday, as they were leading up to this new deadline of this morning, people on Wall Street, people on Capitol Hill were still hoping, and certainly, of course, Ottawa and Beijing and Mexico City were hoping that the president wouldn't move forward with, but now he has. I'm just going to break down exactly what these tariffs are. One is that we know that he has implemented the 25% blanket tariffs.
Good Lord. Y'all see that? 20% to China increased from 10%. He doubled the tariff over there. 25% in Canada. I thought it was love. Hey, he told Canada, y'all need to become the 51st state. Y'all thought I was playing? 25% tariffs. Mexico, they've been being nice. They've been trying to work with us. Mexico recently extradited one of the cartel people to face justice here in America for the atrocities that they committed against our citizens, torture and killing and murder and selling drugs, all that cartel stuff. They've assisted with stopping these caravans of people coming from these other countries trying to get to America. They stopped them. And they are assisting us with shipping people back across the border, back home, or just they in Mexico now. Remain in Mexico is back in effect. And so Donald Trump is like, we appreciate that, but you still getting hit with these tariffs. Let's get back to the video. Let's see what the impact of these tariffs are on our economy or on everyday Americans, on the everyday consumer. Let's see.
On Canada and Mexico, those took effect this morning. Then he also bumped up tariffs on China from 10% to 20%. And immediately, we've seen some of these countries retaliate with tariffs of their own. China, for example, retaliated by announcing 15% tariffs on chicken, wheat, corn, and cotton imports from the United States. They also announced a 10% tariff on soybeans, pork, beef, and other various goods. Canada, for their part, we heard Prime Minister Justin Trudeau say that they are going to have $30 billion or tariffs on $30 billion worth of U.S. goods, and that they would impose an additional 125 billion tariffs on American goods by March 25th. All to say, look, it's unclear how the markets are going to be impacted by this, but this is coming at a time when already you have a very inflation-weary Americans, many of whom do not want to be thrust into this trade war.
Yeah. The market did terrible in response to these tariffs. Listen, Prince Amir lost some money. Well, I won't say I lost money. I will say that my portfolio was negatively impacted by the tariffs. Yes, very much so. I lost. Well, I won't say lost. My account has dropped thousands. I hate to say this. It's dropped tens of thousands of dollars. Holy moly. I'll be okay, though. I'll be okay. I'll bounce back. I had a great year in 2024. And I also had a good first quarter in 2025. Despite these significant losses, Prince Amir is still up. We still up out here. I trust that there will be a recovery, and I'll be there to take advantage of it. I'm looking forward to it. So when you look at these tariffs and you look at the impact that it's had in the stock market, you look how it's going to also contribute to inflation. These tariffs could impact your job, could be a reason for a layoff, but it also could be your salvation. The whole purpose of the tariffs, as pontificated by President Trump, is that they're going to force companies who were sending your jobs overseas to reinvest back into the United States, whether they're manufacturing goods or they're creating jobs here. The only way for companies to avoid tariffs is to not simply conduct business overseas, but to conduct business in the United States. Meaning you have to bring your money and your infrastructure and your know-how, and you have to do it here. You have to employ Americans. if you're going to sell to Americans and take advantage of all the rich folks and all the money that's going around in America, you need to be feeding Americans too, not just leeching off of us. There's a balancing act though, right? What companies are creating jobs? What type of jobs? Are they good paying jobs? Are they jobs that Americans are qualified for? If it's technology based and they just looking for engineers, they might be looking for people that might not be American, people that are more engineer focused, like Asians. Keep it a buck. You know, that's not a stereotype. It's just a fact. Asians are better at math. They're better at engineering. And it just seems to be more of a focus for them. But hey, we can get in there too as Americans. You know, we like picking up heavy shit and moving it and hitting stuff with tools and stuff. We like tools. We like getting in there, and we love guns. Where my gun? Where my gun at? We're not gonna show no guns on here.